Hello, future developers. Welcome to another tutorial at APCD. Welcome to our course on NumPy. Okay, so this course assumes that you already have knowledge in Python. If you don't already have a free course on NumPy, that's Python, on Udemy, so you might want to check that up. Okay, so that said, NumPy is a numerical Python. Okay, so it helps in making that's mathematical computations. So using the NumPy library. So Python lists serve the purpose of arrays, but they are slow compared to NumPy, which is 50 times faster than that's list. Okay, so to be able to do that, you use the NumPy um, array to be able to do some mathematical computation. So the array object is in NumPy is called end array. So an array is a data structure that stores values of the same data type. Okay, so int, floats, strings, and then whilst Python list can contain only elements of varied data types. Okay, so you can store something like this. Okay, so there's a list. Okay, so you can see we have strings and then we have numbers. Okay, but for NumPy you can only have strings and then you can only have numbers. Okay, so that said, what you can do first, you have to pip install NumPy if you don't have NumPy installed on your machine, and then using this. Okay, using this, and then you import NumPy as np. Okay, so I already have it, so you can see requirements already satisfied. Okay, so first, let's say I'm creating a list, so a equals to this. Okay, so square brackets, and then when I type a, it gives us a list, so we can just try it out. So let's say a equals 1 comma 2, and then print a. So you can see we have a list. So I'm going to find the type of a. So let me type into brackets, type into brackets a. Okay, so you can see we have a list. Okay, so let's head straight to NumPy. So this particular code tells us we are assigning the value of we are creating a NumPy array of that's an array of 10 zeros. Okay, so we are populating the array with 10 zeros, so it's just a simple step. So let's just try it out. So create a variable. You can use any variable name. So g equals np dot 0 zeros, then bracket 10. Okay, so let's print g. Let's print g. Okay, so you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, so we have 10 zeros being populated in our array. Okay, so you can see here np does zeros, so 5. Okay, so input 5 here, you can see 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so let's say we can try to find a type. Okay, so let's proceed to, I wanted to show something, but let's proceed to this side. So here we have what 3 rows, that's arrays with 4 elements. So we are trying to create a NumPy array of 3 rows, so 1 2 3, and then in each row or array we want 4 elements to be in it. So you can see we have 1 2 3 4. Okay, so zeros, so we are populating each array with 4 zeros. So let's try that out. So I'm going to start here. So np does zeros, and then I'm going to put into brackets, and then I'll create another bracket again, and then 3 4. Okay, so when I print it out, you can see we have what 3 where's the name 3 we have 3 arrays. Okay, 1 2 3, and then in each array we have 4 elements populated in each array. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's say I want to change it to, let's say 2. Let me do it 2. Okay, so you can see we have two arrays, and then in each array we have 4 elements. Okay, so here print out the length of g. This isn't supposed to be here. Okay, so here we are trying to find the finding the type of array. Okay, so if you input type into bracket g, you can see that we have an array, so it's giving us the data type as an array. Okay, so there's an array. not a data, so this is an array. Okay, so let's say here we want to print out zeros with an element. Okay, so here g.shape equals 10 comma 1. So we want to populate, we want to create just one array or one row with 10 elements in each row or element, sorry, in array, sorry. So g.shape equals 10 comma 1. So let's try that out. Just going to try g.shape. You can use any variable. Okay, bracket 10 comma 1. Okay, so let's print out g. So you can see in each, okay, in one row, 10 elements in one row. Okay, so this is our shape. Okay, so we want to find the shape of our array. So the shape is going to give us the length of our array. You just type g.shape, or or you just give the variable name. So if you use y, you just put y.shape. Okay, and then since we have 10 elements in our array, you can see we have 10 here. Okay, so here printing elements in ones 5 times. Okay, so here if you want, so the other previous we did was 0, so other arguments or things you can do here or code you can do is just once. If you want to populate it with this thing once, you can just put once. So let's say k equals np dot once. Okay, and then you can pass in the number of ones you want. So let's say I want 8. Okay, so I'm going to k, you can see, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so you can see we have 8. Sorry. Okay, so previously we had 8, now change to 5, so you can see we have 5 elements. Okay, so we want to find the type of k. Okay, so we want to find the type of k, so the type of elements inside the array. So just type into brackets and then the variable name. Okay, so if you use y, you just put y here and then square bracket 1. Okay, so here when I input 1, you can see it's giving us numpy.float. Okay, so you have 1 point something, so these are floats. Okay, so we've stored floats in our array. Okay, so here np.ones, just as we did for the zeros, you can also try to create an array of 3 rows. Okay, or 3 arrays, and then in each array or rows we have 4 elements inside them. Okay, so let's just go to this one. So this one, L equals np.empty into bracket 3. Okay, so if you use the empty method, what will happen is you're going to create, so you put here's 3, so we are going to have values inside, so just 3 values. Okay, so we've created an empty array and then we've populated with 3 values. Okay, so here you can see if I do L equals np.empty 12, you can see we have 12 so if you count it, we have 12 elements inside it. Okay, so here we are creating a one-dimensional array. So to create a one-dimensional array, just type np.array and then into brackets and then square brackets, and then you can populate it with any number you want. 2 3. If you print it, you can see we have an array 1 2 3. Okay, so here making a list into an array, so you want to convert a list into an array. So to do that, here what I did is okay, so I'm just going to add, and then I did j, so I created a variable j, then I created a list. So this is how you create a list. So square bracket 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma, then you can put any number. Then I'm going to store the array inside. So I'm going to store the array inside the variable r. Okay, so r equals np.array and then into brackets, and then I'm going to put square brackets j. So we are converting our list into an array. Okay, so when I print r, what just happened? What's happened? Okay, so it's rather array. Okay, so you can see we have an array. We've created an array. Okay, so we've converted our list into an array. Okay, and then when we want to, let's find out the type of r. So if you just type into brackets r, you would get numpy dot array and array. Okay, so here it's just the same thing, just as we did above. So here we are storing our numpy array in a variable a. When we print it out, you can see we have it here. Okay, so let's see. It's just the same. So this part is just helping us to we are storing strings instead of numbers or ints. Okay, so let's try that for this particular session. So a equals np dot array. So we are creating an array to store strings. Okay, so square brackets, and then just going to say a comma, sorry, comma b. Okay, so a. Why do I keep doing okay, so you can see we have a list. Sorry, we have, yeah, we have a list of strings. Okay, so sorry, not a list, an array of strings. Okay, so let's find a type of so I'm going to find a type. So type into brackets a. Okay, so our list. Okay, so we've created an array of that's a string array. Okay, so that should be it for this particular session, and then we'll move next to other programs. So thank you. Hello, future developers. Welcome to another tutorial with ABCD. So we are going to continue with NumPy. Okay. So we are going to be doing sorry, dimensions, and then we'll be doing some operators. Okay. To use the operators to do some exercise. Okay. So here we are trying to check the dimensions of our NumPy. Okay. So I'm just going to get started. So let me just click here. Then I'm going to create a variable a. Okay, so I'm just going to copy, do the same thing, np dot array. So a equals np dot array. Then I'll bring a bracket and then square brackets, and then I'll just pass in the values 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then press enter. Then I'm going to print a. So I want to see what is in a. So I just want to print the values. Okay. Okay, so we have an array. Okay, and then I'm going to, let me just type here and then put print into brackets a dots. So we're going to use this method ndim. So okay, so ndim. So we want to find the dimension of a. So ndim. When we print it, it gives us so this is a one-dimensional array. Okay, so using the ndim method, we can find the array, so we can get the dimension of the array. Okay, so ndim. So here we are creating, here we created a two-dimensional array. Okay, so let's just create one. Okay, so let's say let me do a equals np dot array to brackets and then square brackets, and then I'm going to put into brackets let's say 1, 2, 3. Now you can even pass more. Okay, and then I'll bring comma. Okay, and then brackets 1, let's just put in a value 5. Okay, so I'm going to print a bracket a. Okay, so we have our values here. Okay, so let's see the dimension. Okay, so print into brackets a dot ndim. Okay, so we have a two-dimensional array. Okay, so two-dimensional array. Okay, so the first one we did, we had what, one-dimensional array, and then this that we did, we have two-dimensional array. Okay, so it's just the same thing that I've done here. Okay, so here created a three-dimensional array, so let's try that out. So I'm going to type, let's say a equals np dot array brackets square bracket to bracket let's say 1, comma 2, comma 3, then outside comma, then I'll bring a square a bracket again. Sorry, I had to close this. Let me just bring it outside this. Okay, then comma, then I'll bring a square bracket here, and then inside I'll bring a bracket again. It might sound confusing, but if you practice, you get used to it. So 2, comma 3, comma 4. Okay, I'm going to print in the space here. So I'm going to print A. Okay, so let's find let's say print into brackets A dot enddim. Okay, so you see we have a 3-dimensional array. Okay, so there's another thing that I did here. Okay, so we want to work with the operators, but there's something you should also know. Okay, if you want to find so the question mark with the shift and tab key gives a documentation. So let's say you want something. So let's say here I created an array. Okay, and I wanted to get an information on it. Okay, so let's say where's A? So I created here. Okay, so let's change it to A. So just put question mark. There's a question mark A. And I can hit the tab, shift and tab key to see what's documentation or what I can do. Just click plus here, and then you can read on the documentation on how you can or what's you can do on about this particular method, or the information provided, or the documentation. Okay, so here the question mark with the shift and tab key gives a documentation of a particular parameter. So here what I did was let me just put A here. Okay, so question mark and then A. Okay, so the variable dot shape. So any variable that you have, just put pass it here, and then just put shape. Okay, so you can hit shift and then the tab key. It will also give you documentation. Okay. Okay, so let's try something. So here I created an array p equals. Okay, so I'm not going to type this. I want us to save time. Okay, so just look here, p equals. So just type this. Okay, and then let me bring it down. Okay, so here what I did was you're trying to compare the variable p is less than 5. So there we want to give so using the operator less than sign. So the less than sign, we want to find the values where we have p being less than 5. Okay, you can see it's going to give us a boolean value. So true. So where p is less than 5, we should get a boolean either true or false. So let's see here. Let me print. Let me print. Create and then print p. Why isn't p is not defined? Why isn't p defined? So I forgot to run. It's okay. So I had to run it and then come here and then run it. Okay. Okay, so we have p. Okay, so I'm printing p. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so p less than 5. So 1 isn't less. 1 is less than 5. So true. 2 is less than 5. True. 3 is less than 5. True. So you can see we have true. So the only false part is 5 is not less than 5. So that's why we have false, false. So let's just try doing p less than let's say 4. Let's print it out. Okay, so you can see we have true, 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 and then false, false. Okay, so p we have 1 is not 1 is less than 4, so true, 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 and then 5 is less 5 is greater than 4. 5 isn't less than that's 4, so we have false, false, false. Okay, so you can do that with a greater than sign. Okay, so let's change here to let's say 3, and then let's print. Okay, so we have false, false, false. So is 1 greater than 3? False. Is 5 greater than 3? True. Okay, so you can see we have 5 is greater than 3. That's why we have true. And then let's try using the equals. Okay, so let's try p equals let's say 4. And let's print it. So false, 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 false. We have, so I think we don't have 4 inside, so I'm going to change here to, let's say, 3. Let's see if we can get some true. Okay, so we have true here. So we have true, true. Okay, so we have 3 here, which is true, true, true. Okay, so you can see true, true, true. So p equals 3, and that's why we have true, true, and the remaining having false. So you want to try p not equal to 3. Okay, so the values which are not equal to 3. Okay, so let's just put, let me put 2 here. So p, then the exclamation mark equals 2. Okay, so we have, so here I need to bring this down, or you name it. Okay, so let's just do it here. So here we have what p, so we have true. So 1 is not equal to 2. Here we have false. Okay, so you have false. 2 is not equal to 2, so we have false. And here we have that's 3 is not equal to 2, so it's true. Okay, so if you go, you can just find out the values here yourself. Okay, I think we've already done dimensions, so here we're just trying to find the dimension of y, okay, which is just 1 dimension. Okay, so thank you for watching. In our next lesson, we'll go to bytes, type, and then size. Okay, so see you in the next tutorial. Hello, future developers. Welcome to another tutorial at ABCD. Today we'll be doing byte, type, and then the size. So you want to find these properties of our array. So our first code here is trying to check the size of each element in the array. So you can see when we print, we have 4. Okay, so the item, using the item size method. So each element in the array is 4 bytes. Okay. Okay, so let's try something else. I'm just going to click here. I'm going to type, let's use m equals np.array, and then brackets, and then question, square brackets. I'm going to put 1 comma 2 comma 3, then print into brackets m.item size, okay, running. So we have 4. Okay, so 4 bytes. Okay, is it 4 bits or 4 bytes? Okay, so bytes. So that's the byte size. So let's check the data type. Okay, so to check the data type, let's just print into brackets m dot d type. Okay, so let's see. So int 32. Okay, so the data type is an int 32. Okay, so let's check the length. I want to check the length of our array. So we just have print into brackets len into bracket, and then we'll pass in our variable. Okay, so you pass in the variable that you typed. Okay, so we have 3 elements, so the length of our array is 3. So if you add any other number, so let me come into bracket, let me see, 4 comma 5, then let's run it. So you can see our length is what, 5. Okay, so let's see any other thing to do. Okay, so we have the size. Okay, so let me see, using the size method, I'm going to create here, and then let me see, print into bracket m dot size. Let's see what we have. Okay, so 5. So I think the len and then the size also is giving us the same value. Okay, so you can use len, but I'll recommend using size. Okay. Okay, so that's it for byte, type, and then size. Okay, thank you. Hello, future developers. Welcome to another tutorial with ABCD. Okay, so we continue our journey on NumPy. Okay, so today we are going to use the range argument. Okay, so the range argument, we use the np.arrange into brackets. Okay, in brackets. Okay. So let's just do some description. Okay, so this works with array with parameters with the start, stop, and then the step. and then you always have to pass in at least one of the parameters. Okay, and the default value of the step is 1 if no step value is provided. Okay, so here you can see there's a way we have so there's a way of representing it, or you can use this way. So here you have np.arrange arrange, not arrange, arrange. So starts, so we are starting at 1 and then we stop at 10, and then we're going to do it in steps of 3. Okay, so here we are going to start at 1, so the start is going to be 1, so and then our step is going to be 3. So 1 2 3 4, okay, and then 4 5 6 7, okay, and then 7 8 9 10, but we can print that. Okay, so it's just going to print these. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so another way of doing this is just using this method. Okay, so starts, we are starting at 1 and then we are ending at 10 with steps of 3. Okay, so because of the steps, we wouldn't print the 10 up to the 10. Okay, so let's try something and see. So np dot arrange into bracket, let's say 1 comma let's say you want to print up to 20, and then want our steps to be let's say 4. So let's print it. Okay, so it's going to start at 1, okay, and then counting 4. Okay, okay, so from 1 and then to 20. Okay, so our steps is 4. So 1, okay, so 1 2 3 4 5. So 1 2 3 4, and then we have 5. So 5 6 7 8, and then 9 9 10 11 12, and then 13, in that order. So our the space is okay in between them is 4. So 1 2 3 4, so 1 2 3 4, and then 5 6 7 8 9, okay, 9, and then we have 10 11 12. That's so 9 10 11 12. Okay, so let's say here we are starting at 10 and then we are ending at 30 with steps of 5. Okay, so 10, so we are going to start at 10 and then we are starting at 30. Sorry, we are ending at 30 with steps of 5. So to do that, if you print it out, you see we have 10 and then 15 20 25. So it's moving in fives. Okay, 10, so 5 is in between. So from 15 we have to 20 we have 5 in between these numbers. 20 we have 5 in between this to this. Okay, so you can see it's not going to print the 30. Okay, so let's see here, counts from 0 to 9. Okay, so here we pass the start and then we pass the stop, but we didn't pass the step. Okay, and remember here we said the value of step is 1 if no step value is provided. You can see we have it counting. Okay, so let's try that out. I'm going to click here, np.arrange to bracket, let's pass the start of 0 and then let's pass a stop of, let's say, 12. Okay, so we didn't pass a step. Okay, so we pass only a start and then a stop. Okay, so let's print it out and you can see. Okay, so you can see it's printing everything, but it's not. Hello future developers, welcome to another tutorial at ABCD. So today we continue with our NumPy. Okay, so I'm going to open our NumPy, Jupyter notebook, and then we're going to be doing shape and then reshaping. Okay, so the shape of an array is the number of elements in each dimension. Okay, so the shape attribute returns a tuple. So you can see a tuple. If you don't know a tuple, okay, it's a type of data structure. Have a course on Udemy that's NumPy, where I think I spoke on tuple list and then sets also. You might want to check that course out. It's a free course. Okay, so here I have a variable u, and then I've passed in these arrays. Okay, and then I want to find the shape. Okay, so the shape is 2 by 4. Okay, so we have this one array. So first array, this our second array. Okay, it's 4 to 2, and then the elements, okay, is 4. So we have 4 elements in each array. So 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. So let's try that out. I'm going to do something here, and I'm going to print m equals np dot array into bracket, and then I'll put a square bracket, and I'm going to pass in some values. Let's say 1 comma 2 comma 3. I'm sorry, what happened? Let's do that again. Okay, so square bracket, and then inside I'm going to put in the brackets again. Okay, then I'm going to put 1 comma 2 comma 3. Then I'll bring a comma here. I'm going to create another numbers. Okay, so let's put 5, or let's do 2 4 5 comma 6. Let me see 1 2 3. Let me change. Let me just take one out. Okay, so here what we are doing is we've created a NumPy array of so 1 and then 2. Okay, so 2 arrays, and then each array we have 3 elements. So I'm going to print m. What happened? Invalid syntax. Let's see, where's the issue? Okay, I didn't print the brackets. Okay, so you can see we have this our first array. Okay, so which is this, then our second array, which is this. Okay, so 1 2, so first array and then second array, and then in each of these arrays we have 3 elements. So 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, so if we print, let's print u. Okay, so let's find the shape of u. Okay, so print into brackets m dot shape. So we want to find the shape of m. So you can see 2 by 3. Okay, so 2 arrays, and then each array we have 3 elements. Okay, so that's how to use the shape method. So here, check the shape array. That's 2 and elements 3. Okay, so it's just the same thing. Okay, so here we are also trying to find the shape. So we have 3 elements in what 2 arrays. Okay, so first array, second array, and then in each of them 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, so you can see when we printed the value of y, you can see we have the first array 1, and then the second array, and then we have in each of the arrays we have 3 elements. So let's say I want to let me populate here, comma, let me just add 6 7, and then let me do same here, and then add just 2 4. Okay, and then let's print. Okay, so we have 2 arrays, and then in each array we have what 5 elements. Okay, so let's do same here. You can see we've populated it with 5 elements, and then that's in 2 arrays we have 5 elements. Okay, so if you want to find the dimension, just y dot ending 2 dimension. So let's try it here. So m dot ending. Okay, so our array is a 2-dimensional array. Okay, so you can see. Okay, so here reshaping. Let's try reshaping. So we want to reshape our so this a 1-dimensional array. Okay, 1-dimensional array. Unlike these ones which are 2-dimensional array. Okay, so we want to convert this into like a 4 want to make this 4 array, and then with 3 elements. So to do that, you can see here we pass in this we created a variable with this array of let's say 12 elements, and then we want to reshape it into an array of 1, 2, 3, 4 arrays, and then in each array we want to pass in 3 elements inside. So that's what it's doing using the reshape property. So we're going to try that out. So I'm going to click pass, and I'm going to change, let me give it a value of h equals np.array bracket and then square bracket, and then let me just pass in these values. Control C. Okay, and then I'm going to print, let me see, I'm going to convert it. Okay, so sorry, h equals h, sorry, let me pass it into a value, a variable, let's say g. Okay, g equals no, let me just change it to I, let me use I equals, we have h. Okay, so our variable h dot shape, reshape, is it reshape, yeah, into brackets. So let's do it 4 by 3, and then let's print it out. Let's print I. Okay, you can see we've converted our 1D array into 1, 2, 3, 4. We've given it 4 arrays, and then in each of the arrays we have 3 elements. Okay, so for 4 by 3, so 1, this is the first array, second array, our third array, and then our fourth array, and in each of them you can see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. Okay, so we've reshaped our 1D to this to having 4 arrays. Okay, so here converts to a 1D array. So here there's a 2D array, and then you want to convert it into a 1D array. So you simply just do -1. Okay, so let's try converting, let me see. Okay, let's just go, let's just try it out, and then I'm going to use, let's say, let's use k equals np.array bracket, and then square bracket, the square bracket 1, 2, 3. You'll bring a comma here, then another square bracket. Let's say 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think there are no errors. Okay, so let's pass this into a variable r equals k dot shape, reshape, and then we just do -1. Okay, so -1 is going to flatten it. Okay, let's print r. Okay, so you can see we've merged them. Okay, we've merged them. Okay, so we've converted it, this 2D array into a 3D array. Okay, hey, sorry, into a one-dimensional array. Okay, so we flatten them. Okay, so that's what we just did. Okay, just using the minus and then reshape, convert a 2D into a 1D array. Okay, so we also have the ravel method. Okay, so just so you can see here, just printing them all in one line. So let's go back to here, and then we just want to install this. Let's just take this out. Okay, and then let's do print bracket k, let's k dot ravel. You can see it is that's also flattened everything. Okay, so what else to do here? So here this prints element from 0 to 11, 4 arrays with each array having 3 elements. Okay, so b equals to np dot two brackets a range 12 dot reshape. Okay, so remember we did range. Okay, so we did range. So this is going to print values from 0 to 12. That's 0 to 11. It wouldn't print the 12 elements. Okay, so remember it's what we learned in our range, a range. Okay, so what this is doing is we are reshaping it 4 by 3. So let's just try it out. Let's say c equals np dot a range into bracket 12. Okay, so we are going to print values from 0 to 11, and then we want to reshape it. Reshape into bracket 4 by 3. 4 by 3. So we are going to create four arrays, and in each of the arrays we are going to have three elements in each array. So print into bracket C. So you can see from 0 to 11, and in each of them we have three elements. Okay, so here let's say so it's just the same thing here. So this printing elements from 0 to 14, so 0 to 14, and then we want to reshape it to 3 by 5. So in each array, so we are creating three arrays. Okay, and in each array we're going to have 5 elements in them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's see what we are trying to achieve here. Reshaping, converting 2 rows and 4 elements into 4 rows and 2 elements. Let's see, p equals to np. Okay, so here what we did was we printed the array. Okay, so 2 arrays. Okay, 1 array, the second array, so 2 rows, and then here we had to reshape it to 4 by 2. So we had to convert into 4 arrays, and in each of the 4 arrays we need 2 elements. So here we printed it here. Okay, so here 2 arrays, and in each of them we had what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 4 elements, and then we reshaped it to 4 by 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 elements, and then 4 arrays, and then each of them had 2 elements. Let's try this out, and then let's see. So I'm just going to copy this here, Control C, and I'll paste it here. I'm going to change it to C, and I'm changing to H. I'll change it to H. Then we are going to reshape it. So H equals H dot reshape bracket. Let's do 4 by 2. Okay, then let's print it out. Print, let's just type H to print it out. Okay, so you can see we have what, so the first printed the actual arrays. So this is our first array. Okay, so first, second. Okay, then in each of them we had 4 elements, and then we reshaped it into a 4 by 3 4 by 2 array. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and each of them have 2 elements. Okay, so that should be it for our shaping and reshaping. Okay, so thank you for watching. Hello future developers, welcome to another tutorial. Today we'll be doing slicing in NumPy. Okay, so slicing helps us to take an element, okay, from a given index to another given index. Okay, so this you can have the start and then the end. You can also have start, end, and step. So here what we are trying to do, so this prints the element at the 0 right index. Okay, so remember Python starts indexing at 0. So let's say, so here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's say we want the value of 1, you have to pass in 0. Okay, so when we pass in 0, you can see we picked 1. Okay, so let me say if I should put 2 here, what do you think it will be? So 0, 1, 2, so it will print 3. So let's run it. So you see we have 3. Okay, so let's try that. So let's say m equals np.array, then print bracket, square bracket, and I'm just putting these values. I'm going to print, and let me change it to 0. Okay, because of this documentation here. So print into bracket m, and then square bracket. Let's say we want 4. Okay, so 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to print 19. Okay. Okay, so you can see we have 19. Okay. Now here this prints out from the index position 1 to the 4th element, excluding the 5th index element. Okay, so slicing, so 1 colon 5, so np equals to np dot n is equal to np dot array, and this value, so 1 to 5. Okay, so 0 1, so it's going to start from 2, so 0 1, so it will start slicing from 2 and then to 19. It wouldn't include the fifth one, the fifth position. Okay, index. Okay, so 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so only print from 2 to 19. Okay, it's quite confusing, but you need to do a lot of practice to get it handy. So let's say m equals, and I'm just passing these values. Okay, let me just copy this and paste it here. Let's say I want to change, let's say 2 colon 4. Where is it going to print? Let's see. So 0 1 2, so it's going to start from 3. Okay, 2 3 4 5. So let's print it out and see. So 3 and 4, so 0 1 2. Okay, so going to start, so this our start. Okay, so 0 1 2 3 and then 4. Okay, so remember it wouldn't print this. Okay, just as this, it didn't print the fifth. Okay, it only printed the one before the last. Listen. Okay, so this prints out from the index position 0 to the second element, excluding the second index. So here 0 colon 2, 0 colon 2, so it's going to start from 1. So 0 remembers 0, so it's going to start slicing from 1, then 0 1 2, so it's going to print 1 and 2. Okay. Okay, so this prints all elements. So just input colon, it will print everything out. So just the same thing. So let's just try it out. So we're going to paste our m here, and then let's do colon. You can see it prints everything, the same thing. So using a colon prints all. Okay, so this prints out the last element. So it's kind of like pop, I think the pop function or so. So to print 7, okay, the last element you just print -1, so you can see we have 7. So let's try that with our m. So let's just bring -1. So 7. Let me change here to 8. Then let's run it so you can see prints. Okay, so to pick the last element, you do this. Okay, so this is going to print values from this prints element from the 4th to the end of the array. So 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, so it's going to start from 4 to every and then from 4 to all of them. So from 19 then to print all. So let's do same. So there's 4 colon. Okay, and then let's do so 0. So let's say you want to start from 2, so 0 1. So let me do 4. Let's do 1 colon. Okay, 1 colon, and let's see the value. Okay, so you see it starts from 0 1. So from 2 then it prints everything. Okay, so there's the results. Let's say, so this prints all elements from 0th index to the 3rd element, excluding the 4th index. So this is just like this, is just the reverse of this. So let's just do it. Control V, and then so here, let's say you want to start from let's just do, and let's try something, colon 4. So colon 4, what do you think will print? So let's say 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, so 0 1 2 3 4. So print everything excluding the 4th. Okay, so 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, so let's change it to, let's say we want to include 19. So 0 1 2 3 4. So I'm going to do it 5 so that we get a 19. Let's print and see. So you can see we have it. Okay. Okay, so this one is sorry, this second row. So this prints from the second row. So first, okay, so remember one is what the index position. So this 0. Okay, this whole array is 0 and this other array is what 1. Okay, so to print something from here, you have to specify where you want to print. So you specify 1, so meaning here, and then from there you want to print from what 1 to slice is from 1 to 4. So 0 1, so it's going to start from 7 1 2 3 4. So it will exclude this and then print only these, as you can see here. So let's try that out with our M. Control V. Let me just copy these. Just copy this. Control C. Then just paste it here. Control V. Okay, so I'm going to print into bracket M and then square bracket. So let's say we want here, and let me just change the values. Let's say 16, 72. Okay, so we want to print from this this array. So just 1 comma and then just say once. So let's say you want to print from 0 from here. So 0 colon 0 1 2 3. So I want to print, let's say, up to 88. So let's do it 4. Okay, so let me see, 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, sorry, so let me do it 3. Okay, so you can see we sliced from here. So we picked the second array using this at the index position 1. Okay, and then we went to slicing from 0. So 0 1 2 and then 3. Okay, so you didn't pick this, so you rather picked all of this. Okay. So to do the same for the first row, let's just do that. Control C. Now the first array, I'm just paste it here. Control V. So as you can see here they specify 0, meaning they want this, they want to work in this, not this. Okay, so here I'm just going to change it to 0. And then when we print, okay, so you can see it's picked from here. So 0 1 2 3. Okay, so it's going to print these. Okay, so as you can see here, this is quite confusing, but when you with lesser practice, I think you should get it handy. Let's see here. Okay, so from here you can see here the result printed out both elements. Okay, elements from both arrays. Okay, so you can see 2 3 4 from here, and then 7 6 9 from this array. Okay, so did that by specifying this. So let's try it out, and then just going to put, let me just clear this wall. So M into brackets, into bracket 0 colon 2, and then I bring the comma. Okay, and then let's say 1 colon 4. So what do you think this is going to give us? So let's say, so it's going to print values within these. Okay, so 1 colon 4, so 0 1, so 0 1 2 3 4. So it's going to print out these numbers. Okay, so let me just change it to 12. Let me give it between 2 3 3 4 4 or 3 4. Okay, and then here is going to 0 1, so it's going to start from here to here. So let's print it out. Let's see, invalid syntax. Okay, let me work it out. Okay, it should be rather be square brackets. Okay, so square brackets, you run it. Okay, so you can see we have from 22 to 34 and then 72 to 9. Okay, okay, so let's see. So slicing at index position, so there's okay A because np.array 1 2 3 4. Okay, so this slice is only this, so we got only this value. So a equals np dot array this. So a into brackets square bracket 0 comma 2. So we want this, so we specify what we want. So we want from this and once 0 1 2. So we want the third one. So let's try that. So here I'm going to bracket m square bracket. And let's say we want this value. Okay, we don't want, we want only from this array. So I'm going to specify 0 and then comma. Let's say we want 4. So 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, I'm going to specify 4. And then let's run it. So okay, why did it give me 5? So 0 1 2 3 4. Okay. Now do it 4. So give me 5. Yeah, so it has index position 4. Okay, so 0 1 2 3 4. We printed 5. Okay, so this is going to give us the exact number. It's not going to exclude anything out. So let's try, let me put 1 here and see. I'll get to 1. So 10. So 0 1. So it picked from this array. Okay, it didn't pick from this. So just by changing 0 and 1, you should be able to work within any of the arrays. Okay, so let me just change it back to 0. Then let's copy this, Control C, then paste it here, Control V. Then change it to 1. Let me run this again. So here, slicing out index position 2, let me see. So here, 1 colon 2, so this pick, okay, so it's just the same thing we did here. Okay, so 0 1 2, so 6. Okay, and it specified the array, so he wanted from this particular place. That's why I specify 1. So from here, and he wants what? 0 1 2. So you can see, and that's why we have 6. Okay, so here printing the third index of both array. Okay, so here you want to print everything from both array. We want to print the third. Okay, so we want to print the third element. Okay, so 0 1 2 3. So you want to print 4 and then 8. So to do that, you use this. So 0 colon comma 3. Okay, so 0 colon. So 0 colon. Okay, so I think from 0 to all. So 0 all. So from this to this, we want the third element in each array. So let's try that for our m. Okay, so 0 colon comma. So 0 1 2 3 4. So let's do it. We want 4 and then 1 to 9. So let's change this. So 0 1 2 3. Let's change to 3. Then let's run it. So you have 4 and then 9. Okay, 4 and 9. Okay, so there's this. So that's it for this session, and then thank you for watching. Remember to practice a lot. Okay, thank you. Hello future developers, welcome to another tutorial ABCD on NumPy. So today we'll be doing sum, max, min, and then linspace. Okay, we're going to get started, but first of all, let's see what we were trying to achieve here. So here we created a variable a, and then we wanted to print some values. Okay, so here what is happening here is with the linspace method. Okay, np.linspace. Here I have what 1 3 5. Okay, so we want to print values from 1 and then to from 1 to 3, and then we don't want we want, so the 5 here is trying to give some limitation or control the numbers. Okay, so we just want values from 1, from the range from 1 to 3, and then we want only 5 of them. Okay, so that's why we have 5 here. Okay, so let's say if we change this to 4, let me say 4, then let's, so first this is 5. Okay, so let's count it. So 1 2 3 4 5. So you can see we have 5 values from 1 to 3. 1 to 3. Okay, so let me just change it to 4, and then let's print it and see. Okay, so you can see 1 2 3 and then 4. Okay, so let's try that out. So let me change it to 5 first. So I'm going to just try a equals np dot linspace brackets let's say 2 comma 6 comma and then we want only 4 values. Okay, so we print a. Okay, so you can see 1 2 3 4. Okay, so we are printing numbers starting from 2 and then to 6, and then we want only what 4 4 elements inside. Okay, so printing 5 values from 2 to 10. So you can see here 2 m equals np dot linspace. So the start is 2 and then the end is 10, and then we want to print from that. We want to only print 5 elements in between 2 and then from 2 to 10. So you can see 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. So 5 elements, then starting from 2 and then at 10. Okay. So here printing the number in an array, we want to find the max number. Okay, so let's find the max number in our linspace here. Okay, okay, let's do it here. Let's just create something here, and then we're going to make m equals let's say np dot array bracket, then square brackets, let's say 1 comma 4 comma 10. Then we want to find the max. Okay, so the largest number. Okay, so print bracket m dot max. Then we'll pass in our variable. No, we just leave it that way. Then let's print. So our max number is 10. Okay, and then we can do that. Just add plus here. Okay, and then let's print into bracket m dot min. So our minimum number is what 1. Okay, so that's what we're trying to achieve here. Z dot min. Okay, so the minimum number here is 2. Okay, then here is here we're just trying to sum every number here, okay, using the sum property. So let's try summing this. So just go to print into brackets sum, sorry, m dot sum. Okay, so let's print it out. So it can have 15. So 10 plus 4 is 14. 14 plus 1 is 15. Okay, so that should be it for our sum, max, min, and then namespace. You might want to practice a lot to get used to them. Okay, so thank you. Hello, future developers. Welcome to another tutorial with ABCD. We continue with our NumPy lessons. Okay, so today we're doing random values. Okay, so let's say we want to print some random floats or integers. We use the random function or method or library or whatever or object. Let's say. So what we do is to do that we first import our random. So from NumPy import random. Okay, so from NumPy import random, and here what it's trying to do is we are trying to generate or print a number, a random integer from 0 to 50. Okay, so if I should run, so first we have the result of 23. If I should run it, it should change. Okay, so 17. If I should run it again. Okay, so let's just try it out. So let's say m equals random dot rand int into bracket. So I want to print values from, let's say, any value from 0 to 6. Okay, and then print m. Okay, so 3. If I should run it again, it should change. So 1, run it again, 3, run it again, 2. Okay, so using the random function, run int. Okay, run int, random dot run int. So you can print any number, the integer. Okay, so here generate random floats between 0 to 1. Okay, so here what is happening is we want to print floats between 0 and 1. Okay, so when you use random.rand, okay, we didn't specify any value, we didn't give any value, so it's going to print values from 0 to 1. So as you can see, we have 0 points. So let me run it again. It should give us another number. Sorry. Okay, so let's try that out. So it's going to give us float values. So let's say m equals random dot rand. Okay, so look at the difference. So to print int, you use rand int. To print float, and just use rand. Okay, so first we print m. Okay, so you can see we have a random number between 0 and then from 0 to 1. So let's run it again. Okay, let's run it again for the last time. Okay, so here what we are achieving is generate a 1D array containing 10 random floats. Okay, so here we specify. So here we didn't specify any number, but here we specified a number. Okay, that's 10. So here we are going to print floats from 0 to 10. Okay, so random floats from 0 to 10. Okay, so let's try that out. So m equals random dot rand to brackets. Or did I make any mistake? To bracket, let's say I want to print numbers, and so let's print m. Just run it. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unlike this one, we specified 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so you can put any value here, and then you get the desired floats being printed. Let's go to this. This generates array with 3 rows, each row containing 4 random numbers. Okay, so here we are. So you can see the results here: 1, 2, 3. So we are printing random. That's random floats in 3 arrays. Okay, and in that array we want 4 values in each array. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so our array is 3. 1, 2, 3, and then in each of these 3 arrays we have 4 elements in each of them. So let's try that with our m variable. So m equals random dots. So random dots, let's say rand to brackets. Let's do 3 by 4. Okay, and then let's print m. Okay, so you can see we have okay, so let's change it to 5. So, okay, you can see we have 4 elements in 3 rows, 3 arrays. So let's change it to 5, and then let's change it to, let me say, 6. Let's print it. Okay, so you can see this is quite difficult. Okay, so let me just do it. 3. That's okay. So you can see we have 5 arrays: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and each of the arrays we have 3 elements. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Here, sorry, generates. So here we are trying to generate a random integer given these parameters. Okay, so here is we are given 100, so you want it to print values from 0 to 100. Okay, and then the size should be 10. Okay, so inside our array you want it to print only 10 numbers ranging from 0 to 10 100. So let's try that out with our m variable. So m equals random dot rand int into brackets. So let's say for I want to do 50, I want to print numbers from 0 to 50. Okay, and then specify the size. Let's say I want to print one values ranging from, like, I only want let me see, let's do 20. Okay, so 20. Okay, so I want 20 numbers in our array ranging from 0 to what, 50. So let's print m. The model NumPy random has no attribute rand. Okay, so I made a mistake. Rand, I have to put n here. Let's run it. Okay, so you can see we should have 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it should be 20. Okay, so 20. and there's a 1D array, so you can see 1D array. So if I should, let me move this up. So let's with this. So if I should print it out, okay, if I should print, check the dimension of m. So just do m dot, let's say ndim. Okay, so it's a 1D array. Okay, you can decide to also bring print here if you are not going to confuse you. So yeah. Okay, so 50. Okay, so we want random numbers from 0 to 50, and then we only want to print 20 elements within our array. So between 0 to 50, we want only what? 20 elements. Okay, so this generates 10 random inserts from 0 to 100 with 3 rows. So a 2D array. Okay, so let's try this out. So here round it 100, and then the size is 3 by 10. Okay, so let's wait. So m uh, equals random rand int into brackets, let's say 50. So 50 comma size into brackets equals, sorry, size equals into brackets, let's say 4 by 5. So for me, I'm looking at once random numbers from 0 to 50, and then I want a 2D array of 4. Okay, so 4 arrays, and then in each of the 4 arrays, I want 5 elements. So let's print it out, and yeah. Okay, so you can see we have random numbers from 0 to 50, and then the size. Okay, so 4. So that's the array 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in each of the array we have 5 elements: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here select a value from an array. Okay, so using the choice property. Okay, so using the choice. Okay, so x equal to random dot choice. So this is going to it will choose its own number that I want. So if I should run this again, it should change. Okay, run it again, it's going to change. Okay, so you can see. Let's try that out with our m. So m equals random choice. Okay, bracket, square bracket, and then let's put in a value 6, 8, 9, 10, and then let's print m. So you have 9. If I should run it again, okay, so using the choice, okay, and then let's do our last. So generate a 2D array with 3 rows and 4 elements in each row, picking from the listed value in the list. Okay, so here we have a list. Okay, we have a list, and then we want it to work within this list. Okay, so our choice is going to shuffle itself. Okay, if using these numbers, it's going to shuffle itself and then create 3 arrays with 4 elements using these numbers. Okay, so you can see it here. No other numbers aside these numbers. Okay, apart from these numbers, no other numbers are in the list. So let's try that out. I'm just going to copy this. Let me just do it. So m equals random choice into brackets, square brackets, and then let's put in any value 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, and then comma size equals into brackets 3 by 3 print m. Okay, so we have so our first row we have this 1, 2, 3. So our array, 3 arrays, and each of the arrays we have what 3 elements. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lesson. Thank you. Hello, future developers. Welcome to another tutorial with NumPy. So today we'll be doing something on houses. Okay, so I think this should be E or so. Okay, so as this, okay, so as this, you have the rows to be one, and then the others 0 to be columns. Okay, so let's see, let's create a table. Let me see. So okay, so let's say something here. Sorry, Word document. Okay, so I'm going to insert, sorry, I'm going to insert a table, insert a table. Okay, so these are our columns. Okay, then here are rows. Okay, so let me say column name, gender, let's say sports. Okay, so let's just so name, all, gender, male. Let's say male. I mean Melinda, female. Then Joe, maybe I don't know. So let's make it female. And then sports, let's make it football, basketball, tennis. Can add age, let's say age, 10, 20, and then 30. Okay, so this so here these are going to be our rows. Okay, and these are our columns. Okay, so let's say, let me see. So when we say as this, okay, as this one, so maybe we want values from let's say as this one is referring to zeros, the rows. Okay, so when you specify let's say one, meaning you want values here. Okay, and then if you want zero, so that the columns you want values. Well, you want to do some kind of computation, let's say vertically. It specifies one, meaning you want to do horizontal, zero, meaning you want to do vertical. Okay, so column wise and then row wise. So let's say let's look at the example here. Okay, so this sums the rows. Okay, so the rows let's say so print a dot sum as is equal to one. So remember one means rows. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So we got to 615. So let's see how this was achieved. So as is equal to one, so the rows. For let's try printing a. Okay, so let's print a first. Okay, so this is printed a. Okay, so why do we have 6 and then 15? Okay, so what I did was we did this. Okay, so row wise, so 1 plus 2 plus 3 should give us 6, and then 4 plus 5 plus 6 should give us 15. Okay, so let's try something else. So I'm going to add here. Then let me see if I have anything. Okay, so a equals to mp, and then let me just take this out, and then let me print a, and then print, let me change this to m. I'm going to change this to m, and I'm going to print m. Okay, so this, okay, and then we want to find like sum the rows. Okay, so we want to sum the rows. So to do that, let me just add this. Okay, and then I'm going to print into brackets m dot sum. Okay, then I'm going to specify the as. Okay, so remember, if we choose one, okay, we are going, meaning we are going to sum the rows. So as equals 1. Okay, so let's print it out. So you have 6 and then 12. So let's try. So 3 plus 2 plus 1 should give us 6. 5 plus 4 plus 3 should give us 12. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so let's do that for the columns using specifying. Let me take this down. Okay, so let's do same for the control V. Let's take this out. I should change it to M. Then I'm going to print M. Okay, the same thing. Okay, then let's add, and then we are going to do the summation. Okay, so print into brackets m dot sum into brackets let's say as equals 0. Let's print. Okay, so you can see where's it? What did we get? So you can see we have 4, 6, and 8. 4, 6, and 8 because what? So it did a vertical counting. Okay, so 3 plus 1 is what? 4. So it was counting the columns, summing the columns. So 4 plus 2, 6. Then 5 plus 3 is 8. So that's it for the asses. So one thing you should know, asses is very helpful. Probably maybe when you're using pandas, okay, and you want to drop a particular row, or you want to check a particular row, or you want to do some kind of computation on a row or a column, you want to drop a particular column. That's when the axis might come in handy. Okay, so you can drop a row, do some computation with that particular row, or drop a column. Yeah. So by using this kind of specifying this axis or using this method, so 1 or 0. So 1, remember 1 is for the rows and then 0 is for the columns. Okay, so thank you. See you in our next tutorial. Hello, future developers. Welcome to another tutorial with ABCD. We'll be continuing with our NumPy. Okay, so numerical Python. So today we'll be doing mathematical functions. We're going to add, do some square roots, standard deviation of an array. Okay, so here this is going to sum the elements in the array. So just going to add everything, and then we have what 21. Okay, so when you add these elements, you should get the value 21. So let's just try something out. Just going to put this here. Okay, we're going to take the v stacking. Let me just take this out. Okay, I'm just going to print into brackets. Let's see m dot sum. Okay, let's print out built-in method sum numpy in the array. That's what's happening. Okay, so it's a function. I need to bring a bracket. Okay, just print it out. So 23. So when we add all this, we should get 23. Okay. Let's try square roots. Let's do the square roots of this. Okay, so here we're doing square root. So let's just paste this. Sorry, just take this out. And print into brackets np dot sqr ts sqrt into bracket m. So we want to do the square root of these numbers. Okay, so these are the square roots of the numbers. So let's see what else do you want to do. Control C, and then let me add. Let's see what else we did here. Standard deviation. Okay, so just paste here, and then I'm going to change it to std. No, I'm not saying sexually transmitted. This is just standard deviation. Okay, so there's the standard deviation of these numbers. Okay, let's see addition. So let's try adding two arrays. Okay, so let's just go here, and then let me first pick our m and n. Where's our m and n? Okay, so let's just pick these ones, and then Control C. Let's go to, let's start from here. Let me just add this cell that I'm going to paste here. So let's just take this out. I'm going to print into brackets m plus n. Okay, so let's see. So this is going to add everything. So here we have what? 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 2, 4, 3 plus 6, 9, in that order. Okay. So you can do same to subtraction as done here. Okay, so let me just print under subtraction. So print into brackets m minus n. You can see we have these values. You can do same with multiplication. So I'm going to add Ctrl V, bracket M, and then the asterisk N. Okay, so you just do some multiplication. 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2, 4, 6 times 3, 18, in that order. And then let's try division. Okay, so we're going to do division. And let me just copy this. Ctrl C. Sorry, M divided by N. Okay, so we have the values, okay, when these are divided. Okay, so let me see, multiply each element by 10. Okay, so let's say I want to multiply, let's just write it down here and paste. Then do M times, let's say 10. Okay, let's print it out so you can see we are multiplying each element by 10. So 10 times 1, 10, 10 times 20, 20, 30, 40, 50, 80, the order. Let's see if we can do that for, let's see something. Control V. Then let's see. Trying to achieve or experiment with something, but I couldn't get the desired result. So that should be it for this. And then thank you for watching, and then I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you. Hello, future developers. Welcome to another tutorial at ABCD. Today we'll be learning stacking. Okay, so stacking want to position or arrange our NumPy array. So two arrays, and want to know how to stack them or arrange them. Okay, so we have vertical stacking and then horizontal stacking. So that's what we'll be doing today. So here you can see we have two arrays, okay, and stored in this variable A and then B. And then when we print using np.vstack, so vertical stack, okay, so A, B, you can see we have it being stacked. Okay, so we have this one, and then the second one, okay, and then this one, and then it's one, okay, vertically stacked. Okay, but if you come here, when we do is the same, here is the same, okay, but when we do B comma A, so here is A comma B, you can see this happens, and then when we do B comma A, you can see it's changed its arrangement. Okay, so let's say still vertical, okay, but because B comes before A, unlike here A came first before B, you can see we have what 1 2 3, okay, and then 1 2 3 before we came here, 2 1 2 3, then we came 4 5 6. Okay, so let's try that out. So let's do our first vertical stacking. So let's say m equals np.array into brackets, and then put the square brackets. Let me just copy these values. Control C. I'm just going to paste it inside. Control V. Then I'm going to do n equals np.array brackets, and then I'm going to put a square bracket, and I'm just going to paste the same thing, but let me just change the values here. Let me change here to, let's say 6. Change here to, let me change here to, let's say 8. Change here to 10, then 11. You can still maintain them, but I want to make us try and understand it, what we're trying to do. And then I'm going to do print into brackets np.vstack. Okay, vstack, and then let's do m comma n. Okay, so let's see the results. Where's the vstack? Takes one position argument, but two are given. Where is that? Print, so 1 2 3, print np.vstack. Okay, so the error is on the third line, so 1 2 3 here. Okay, so I need to put a bracket here, so shift, and then put another bracket here, press enter. Okay, so you can see we have it being stacked vertically. So here one, so the first stacking from here to here, so here then the second one, and then the n is this, and then this is this. Okay, let's try changing this position. Okay, so we're going to copy the same thing, then I'm going to just insert a new cell, Control V, and I'm going to change here to n, and then I'll change here to m. Okay, so let's print it out and let's see the results. So you can see it's changed. Okay, so now we have n printed first and before m. Okay, so there's something that you should take notice of. Okay, so let's see, what was this? So it was the same thing I was just trying to prove. And then this is H stacking, so horizontal stacking. So you can see here it printed everything here, so just printed them. Okay, so horizontal stacking printed this and this in one line, and then printed this and this in another line. So let's just try that out. We're going to put our A and this thing here, and I'm just going to change it to H stacking. Now let me just do N and then M. Okay, and let's print it out. What was the error? Did we have any error? Okay, so this is it. Okay, so and then M, so you can see with where's our M? So it's printed 1 2 3 1 2 6 and M. Okay, so we printed N. Okay, 1 2 6 and then 1 2 3 all in horizontal line, and then it came here to print what 4 11 to 10 and then 4 5 6 8. Okay, so that's it for H stacking and then V stacking. See you in the next tutorial.